Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for the weekend of January 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 2014. I am astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. You can now download my January webinar. This one is awesome, going deep into the year, and I have some fun predictions for the next 3 months, 6 months, even up into farther. Don't miss this. Download now at inclusiveastrology.com. And my new live show, 5 p.m. Pacific on spiritualhousemusic.com. My live show, not only doing the DJing, but pulling cards, talking the astrology, and there's a live chat room to hang out with me and chat. Don't miss it, 5 p.m. Pacific. This is my new way to interact with you guys and do a totally new kind of horoscope that nobody in the world is doing. And this weekend has to deal with execution. We are dealing with still a lot of energy, which is, well, squared, crossing, crisscrossing, bam, bam. All this energy is like, looking at each other like, what move are you to make? And really, what move are you gonna make? I bet you this weekend's all about your moves, whether you're actually physically moving or, more importantly, whether you're actually taking action and doing something about your goals, about where you're going. Mars is squaring the show. Not only is it going to square the sun through the whole weekend, but it's going to start to begin its square with Jupiter. We're about to go through this for about a week here. This is a lot to talk about, a lot about our actions, a lot about what direction are we going. Now, we've gone through a lot of change, transformation, especially stepping into a new year, but the sun has passed over Pluto. And Mercury's passed over Pluto, and Mars has squared Pluto. There's so much energy that's been around this transformation here in the last 48 hours about this new feeling inside, this new wow, I'm changed in many ways. But where are we taking this change? What are we doing with it? That's what Pluto asks for in Capricorn. Are we going to reach a goal with it? Are we going to change the structure of our lives? Are we going to really step into something that's concrete? And as Mars in Libra squares all this, and especially as the sun opposes Jupiter this weekend, ooh, there's a lot to pay attention to. A lot, literally. When the sun and Jupiter oppose, we've got to make sure that we see every option about what road we can take and what are all the options, all of our emotional options. Yes, this is going to be an opposition. As we want to achieve so many things, it just might not be that easy. There's that comfort zone that comes in. There's those emotions. It's like, I got to do this, but I don't know because I don't know if I feel right doing that. I don't know if I feel good enough. Maybe I don't feel good. Maybe I'm sick right now. Maybe I'm, all these things start to pop up this weekend. Like, I want to do this, but I don't know. Especially when you add to the equation Mars and Libra, which is just going to always be wishy-washy about everything and take time and want to do the most diplomatic approach and sometimes want to do the perfect thing. One thing about Mars and Libra is it's like, right when the AC, comes down a little bit and the sun shines right bright, and by the time that the carpool lane ends, then I'll be good. It's like, no. It's all right. Mars and Libra, there's no perfect moment. I think that's kind of what I want to signal the weekend is there is not a perfect time. Yes, we've got to be comfortable, but we've also got to achieve something. We've got to go somewhere in our life. We've got to keep moving forward. And a lot of this energy wants to really just kind of stop us, especially as the moon in Aquarius on Friday squares Saturn. And it's like, screw this. I don't want to have to, step into any restrictions or anything. We want to connect. We want to be free. We want to, go do certain things, but there's so much traffic. There's so much inside that's brewing. There's all this change. There's, what direction am I going? There's this excitement, though, that I think has brewed up with this moon in Aquarius and with, Mercury coming up the sun as it's in the midpoint now of the Sun-Venus retrograde. This is our minds really focused on a road, focused on a plan, focused on, relationships, focused on new value systems that we're valuing, but it's like, how do we get there exactly? I don't know. We have to go with our gut. That's what the moon coming into Pisces this weekend will do. And it's going to add more of an imagination to the road. And I think that the universe wants to spice you up with more possibilities this weekend than anything. That's why maybe things are, at such a weird spot. Sure, you might be taking the action, but it's like, it's not like you're fully engaged in this new road yet. It's like you still got to get there this weekend. And this weekend is about, understanding you getting somewhere, that you're ready to move somewhere. You're ready to go into something new, even though you're changed. It's almost like you're in the no man's land. You've stepped into it, but you haven't fully engaged in it. And we're getting, we're in the in-between of the engagement. And as you have a Sun-Jupiter opposition over the weekend, there's a lot to ponder. You need to add more to the story. If we just look at Sun-Jupiter, there's more to be aware of in your life. There's other options towards this road that you're taking, And with Mars squaring Jupiter, the APV is coming out, beep, 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 that, oh my gosh, we do want to take our time, but we don't want to take too much time, and we don't want to go too big into something, make too drastic of moves. Mars and Jupiter, when they square, they're going to start this brewing up of like, are you going too far with it? Are you not looking at every option? Or are you looking at too many options and you're not even doing anything about it? It's like, whoa. And that's what makes this whole entire picture that's brewing here is like, we're in no man's land. We're changed, but, well, what do I do now with it? Even though I know what I'm doing and it's playing in my soul, it's playing in my imagination, it's playing in my mind. But the universe is bringing new relationships in. The relationship is bringing old relationships in. The universe is bringing all these new value systems in. The universe is starting to bring in a huge wave here of new consciousness to the equation of what we want. So it's like we're bridging these worlds together this weekend, and we're in the middle of waves coming from all sides of consciousness, like wham, 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 wham. And I think it's beautiful. I think at the end of the day, you look at this weekend, this is beautiful. This is a moment where the universe finds a way to bring everything in the world towards you now. Even though you don't know where to go with it because it's all crashing. But once it crashes and you're engulfed in it, especially as we come more into this weekend, especially the moon, on Sunday, it's going to trine over to Saturn, trine over to Jupiter. It's going to be a good spot. I feel that by Sunday, we connect deeply. This is also when the Sun and Mars start to break off. The Sun opposes Jupiter exactly. It's like, aha, these are all the things that I can do. And the universe wants to infiltrate your soul with so many more possibilities, so many more things, so many more options, so many more relationships. Oh my gosh, I could have had this and now I can't have this. It's like, wow, it really just is a pow weekend. But don't let it overwhelm you. For some, it could be overwhelming. Don't let anything overwhelm you this weekend. Because with all these things about actions and stuff, just remember, we got to learn to go with the flow. This weekend, we need to learn to disconnect, learn to go with the flow, and just go one step at a time. You know what? And just keep moving forward. Steady, go lucky is what Mars does well as long as it is moving. Mars doesn't do well when it's stopped. So just keep pushing forward this weekend. Even if your emotions, because they're being highlighted this weekend, especially with Jupiter and the Sun opposing here, it's like, try to find comfort zones on the fly. Like if you're somebody who's only comfortable if you have your blankie with you, well, bring the blankie in the car or bring the blankie with you, into the hotel. Whatever you got to do, whatever that comfort zone is, if you have a weird thing, include it in wherever you're going so you don't stop from doing things. Don't let anything stop you this weekend. Let the waves come in and hit you. So this is going to be a great weekend. I hope to see you guys on Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific, spiritualhouseradio.com. It's going to be such an awesome show. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you guys for all of your support, watching all the New Year's videos, everything. I cannot wait to see you on Monday as we come deeper into this week and the January 14 webinar. It's up now. Later.